Lenovo's latest smartphone, the K8 Plus, comes with stock Android and dual rear camera setup. It is available with 3GB RAM for 11,000 rupees and with 4GB RAM for 12,000 rupees. Both variants are available in Venom Black and Pure Gold color options. We have the black variant with 3GB RAM here for review. The Lenovo K8 Plus has a similar design just like many older smartphones from Lenovo. The first thing you will notice is the smaller size. If you don't mind the extra weight, this smartphone is suitable for single-handed usage. Design-wise, it resembles the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4. Above the display are the front camera, earpiece, and an LED flash along with other sensors. Below the display is the capacitive navigation buttons with no backlight. The power button and volume rockers are on the right. And the power button has a different texture which makes it easy to distinguish from the volume rockers. On the top, a 3.5mm audio jack is placed. On the left is the dual SIM tray and a physical music button, which is by default set to play or pause music and switch tracks. The button can be assigned to do other functions just like turning the rear flash on, launching an application, or capturing screenshot. The dual SIM tray is not hybrid, so that there are slots for 2 nano SIM cards and 1 dedicated slot for a microSD card. At the bottom edge, we can see the primary microphone, a micro USB 2.0 port, and the speaker. At the back is the dual camera setup with dual tone LED flash. Below the camera module is a fingerprint scanner, which is easy to reach. The K8 Plus is not a slim device. It is 8.99mm thick and weighs around 165 grams, which many will find bulky and heavy. The phone has a very good build quality. It feels like a metal unibody design, but it is not. The rear top and bottom are plastic. Let me give you a hardware overview. The Lenovo K8 Plus is powered by an octa-core MediaTek Helio P25 processor clocked up to 2.5 GHz. It has 3GB or 4GB RAM and 32GB of internal storage. You can use microSD card and add another 128GB. The rear dual camera setup uses one 13MP sensor and another 5MP depth sensor. Front camera is 8MP along with an LED flash. Display is a 5.2-inch LCD IPS with Full HD resolution and Corning Gorilla Glass 3 protection. The Lenovo K8 Plus has a really impressive software in terms of fluidity. The stock Android allows us to do daily tasks like web browsing, using social media applications, and taking occasional pictures without any lag. The Android 7.1.1 is able to deliver a smooth as butter experience with no bugs or app crashes. The almost stock Android gives an experience similar to that found on Moto smartphones. We can expect an update to Android Oreo in the near future, but there is no confirmation regarding this from the company. It is stock Android, but it does comes with some bloatwares. A full suite of Microsoft applications and Lenovo's annoying help application. None of this can be uninstalled. Lenovo also included the Dolby Atmos audio support, which is useful and works very well. The K8 Plus comes with a 5.2-inch Full HD LCD IPS display with 2.5D Gorilla Glass 3 protection. Viewing angles are good and color reproduction is also decent. If you like warmer colors, there is an option to switch the color mode in the settings, just like the Moto smartphones. The display also has a good amount of brightness at 450 nits, but under direct sunlight, things are not that clear. The ambient light sensor sometimes takes time to adjust the screen brightness, which is not a good thing. The MediaTek Helio P25 chipset is not a powerhouse, but it can deliver good performance for normal users. It is equal to the Snapdragon 625 in terms of performance. It comes with the Mali T880 M2 GPU. If you push it too much by opening too much tabs in the Chrome browser, or by keeping too many apps in the background, the phone will begin to lag. We tested the smartphone with some games like Asphalt 8 and Modern Combat 5. The gameplay was really smooth, but we did have some lag here and there, but not much to talk about. The K8 Plus was able to score a little more than the Moto G5s Plus and Xiaomi Mi A1 in Antutu benchmark, but not a big difference. In Geekbench single-core and multi-core, the results are good, but not as good as the scores of Snapdragon 625 devices. In Basemark 2 benchmark, the Lenovo K8 Plus seems to have scored more than all other devices in this price category. 3D Mark Ice Storm scores are better than the Moto G5s Plus, but it falls behind the Xiaomi Mi A1. When we did the speed test, the phone failed to keep some games in the background. We are using the 3GB RAM variant here. The 4GB RAM variant will be much better in multitasking. As it is stock Android, features like split screen multitasking are present. The default video player was able to play high bitrate Full HD videos and even 4K videos without any issue. My previous experience with MediaTek processors was not so great in terms of thermal management. Lenovo K8 Plus stays cool even while performing some heavy tasks for a longer period of time. Most of the time it stayed below 37 degrees, while other smartphones in the same segment hit 39 degrees or more. Lenovo also decided to join the dual camera war, but it fails. The experience is different than a single camera setup, but it requires a lot of improvement. The dual rear camera setup uses one 13MP f2.0 sensor and one 5MP depth sensor, which is used just to capture depth information. The second sensor can't be used alone, just like some other smartphones, to capture black and white photos. It is also not helping to improve the performance in low light conditions. The rear camera setup also includes a dual tone dual LED flash. Bokeh shots captured from the K8 Plus is far from what the Mi A1 can do. The Moto G5s Plus is able to deliver better bokeh effects than the K8 Plus, but Moto did struggle to give blur effect in most occasions, which never happened with the K8 Plus. The edges are not smooth in some blur modes and the shutter lag is too much. There is an image editor which we have seen in the Moto G5s Plus. As you can see, the bokeh effect is not even close to the effects of Xiaomi Mi A1. The dual camera mode is more suitable for capturing images of nature, like flowers. Sometimes the rear camera struggles to focus even nearby objects. To capture normal shots, it performs better than many other smartphones in the same price segment. In normal mode, the shutter lag is also not that prominent. Sometimes it lacks sharpness, but the HDR mode does compensate that. Under low light conditions, there is lots of noise even with the use of flash. The 8MP front camera has an f2.0 aperture with LED flash and beauty mode. It is able to capture decent images, good enough for social media. The images sometimes feel less sharp or softly focused. The rear camera can record Full HD videos in 30 frames per second. It doesn't look like any kind of stabilization is present. Maybe Lenovo can implement electronic image stabilization in a future update. There is no option for 4K video recording. The 4000 mAh battery is supposed to give more than a day of battery life. Battery test shows results better than the Moto G5s Plus and Xiaomi Mi A1. In normal usage, it does perform well. In mixed usage, you will be able to go through a full day in a single charge with at least 20% battery life remaining. We were able to get almost 7 hours of screen on time, and if you are careful enough, the phone can provide a day and a half battery life. If we compare the charging time, 10.4 watt charger doesn't seem to be helping. In our comparison, the Moto G5s Plus seems to have faster charging time than other devices in this list. 30 minutes of charging gives around 20% of battery life from 0%. It takes more than an hour to charge up to 50%. And 1 hour and 40 minutes to reach 75%. After that, it takes 50 more minutes to reach the finish line, 0 to 100% in 2 hours and 30 minutes. With the provided 10.4 watt charger, Lenovo is claiming 0 to 100% in 2 hours, but we were not able to achieve that. We tested the charging at least 5 times, maybe our charger was not working properly. We played a Full HD video with 70% volume and full brightness in loop for 90 minutes and the charge dropped by 17% and the phone's temperature went up to 39 degrees. Speaker is loud and clear, it manages to keep the quality even at higher volumes. The Dolby Atmos audio feature works very well. To get really good effects, try it with a good earphone. The audio is clear and there is good amount of bass. Earpiece is pretty loud and it doesn't get distorted even in high volume. The fingerprint scanner is easy to reach and it does unlock the smartphone very quickly. Sometimes it doesn't detect the fingerprint correctly, but most of the time there is no issue. Gestures are not supported. The fingerprint scanner can only be used for unlocking the phone. You can use the power button to open camera app by double clicking. You should enable this first in the settings menu. There is also an option to turn on the display by double tapping on the screen. There is no support for NFC, so wireless payments like Google Pay won't work here. USB OTG is supported. There is a unique feature which can be used to use the whole phone interface for VR. You can enable this feature by holding the power button. Of course, you will need a VR headset to utilize this feature. To capture the screenshot, press and hold the power button and volume down button together, just like most other stock Android smartphones. Lenovo skipped the LED notification in software, which means there is a white LED on top near the earpiece. You can see it while charging if the phone is turned off. To enable it as a notification LED, you will either have to root the phone and install appropriate software or wait for an update from Lenovo regarding this issue, which might not be happening at all. It supports 4G networks including voice over LTE. Signal strength and call quality is great both indoors and outdoors. We didn't encounter any call drop issues. It has Wi-Fi with BGN standards. The high-speed AC mode is not supported. And there is also support for Bluetooth 4.2. GPS was not receiving signals indoors on a sunny day. But outside, the phone was able to receive signals with an accuracy of 3 meters within 2 seconds. The Lenovo K8 Plus is not an exciting smartphone for 11,000 rupees, but it is definitely a no-nonsense, budget-friendly smartphone which offers great value for money with stock Android, great battery life and Full HD display. If you are looking for a good mid-range smartphone but don't fancy a massive 5.5-inch form factor, the K8 Plus is a good option. The dual rear camera setup is only good in paper. There is a link in the description section if you want to purchase it. More camera samples and images of the phone are available at our website. You can find the link below. I'm ending this video here. Please like and share this video as we are a new channel that will help us. If you haven't already subscribed to Next Trend Web, please do it now. That's it for now. See you next time. Have a great day.